Okay guys, so good morning. So, ayun nga. So, by this time, okay, by the time na pinapanood nyo to is ano tawag dito? Siguro ay tapos na tayo for the rectilinear kinematics, both continuous and erratic. Okay, so today is December, and nakita nyo sa upper left corner, today is December 8. So, wala tayong pasok ngayon. And then, ayun, tulad ng sabi ko sa inyo, talagang nangyayari to sa dynamics that nagkakaroon tayo ng video discussion. So, whether we like it or not, kailangan natin ma-compress yung topic, especially for the P1, nang hindi tayo makarating ng P3 na dun pa lang natin i-record lahat. As much as possible, gusto ko yung mahihirap na topics is a face-to-face natin siya dadalhin. Okay? What I mean by that is, most of the time, yung mga madadaling topic, siya na lang i-record ko. So, basically, mamimili ako. Before kasi, yung pinakadulong topic na pilitan ako na yun ang lahat na i-record. So, medyo naubusan ng time to explain the further concepts. So, ngayon naman, pagpalagay natin guys that we are done with the rectilinear kinematics. Yun lang, di pa kayo nakakapag-quiz. So, yun. Let's check and wait for further announcement na lang. So, mag-tackle na tayo guys sa curvilinear motion. Okay? Curvilinear motion. After ng rectilinear, of course, we have the curvilinear motion. So, we have, for the first topic ng curvilinear motion, we have the rectangular components muna. Medyo madali lang to guys, and wala naman siya pinagkaiba doon sa may solution natin for doon sa may mga naunang topics. Okay? For curvilinear motion, yun ang aaral natin ngayon. We have the rectangular components. Okay? And for our lesson objectives, sabi dyan, use differentiation and integration. Ito pa lang may highlight na natin dyan. Use differentiation and integration techniques to calculate the characteristics of a particle. Okay? And ayun, ito guys, yung presentation na to is muna tayo. Mag-aral muna tayo guys ng concept. So tulad ng dati, puro muna tayo concept before tayo mag-dig deeper into solving problems. So tingnan nyo muna yung objectives, techniques, differentiation and integration techniques to calculate the characteristics of a particle traveling on a curved path. Okay? So, doon pumapasok yung term na curvilinear motion. Pag sinabi natin guys, curvilinear motion occurs when a particle moves along a straight path. Since this path is often described in 3 dimensions, the vector analysis will be used to formulate the particle's position, velocity, and acceleration. So, ibig sabihin lang nun guys, tingin kayo dito sa kanan naman, okay, ano po ba yung pinagkaiba? Para siguro mas ma-picture nyo kung ano ba yung difference between the two. Between the rectilinear, we have the rectilinear muna versus the curvilinear. Ano po ba yung pinagkaiba nung dalawa na yan? Okay, for rectilinear guys, simply, okay, unahin natin si rectilinear. Pag sinabi natin guys na rectilinear motion, wait nga, medyo makapala tayo. Pag sinabi natin guys na rectilinear motion, simply, asan ba yan? Simply, tama. Take a look at this line, wait lang. Okay, ulitin natin. Take a look at this line. Okay, and, ayan. Okay. For rectilinear motion, guys, di ba sinabi natin that the motion or the path of the motion is linear towards the x or y axis only. Diretso lang. Isa lang yung motion niya. Ibig sabihin, either upward, ano ba yung mga motions natin upward? Usually, the free-falling bodies, yung mga nahuhulog na yan, yung drop from a certain height, yung rocket, di ba? Usually guys, rectilinear siya along the y-axis only. Ibig sabihin, along that axis lang siya gumagalaw. Kaya linear, rectilinear, dire-diretso lang. And pwede din naman guys na if yung mga sample problems natin is, for example, yung mga jet plane, alala nyo yun, yung mga jet plane na magte-take off, yung mga cars, Ano pa ba yung mga example natin, yung mga particle moving along the x-axis, yun guys ay part ng rectilinear. Ibig sabihin, in terms of position, nagbabago sila only along the y and x-axis. Okay? So dito na lang siguro kayo tumingin, mas mapapadali na natin explanation. Pagka naman guys sinabi na curvilinear, okay, teka lang. Pag sinabi naman natin guys na curvilinear, But technically guys, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is the motion of path along the curve. Meaning guys, kung titingnan nyo mabuti, kung kanina along the x and y lang, diretso, ang curvilinear motion natin is, if i-drawing ko ulit yung x and y axis natin, okay, pagpalagay natin, this is your x, this is your y. Ibig sabihin nun, habang nagbabago yung x mo, from the time is equal to 0, at reference point mo, no? Ibig sabihin nun, kapag ka nagbabago yung y, yung position mo in terms of time, for rectilinear, either pumupunta ka lang dito, if horizontal yung motion mo, at pumupunta ka lang pataas. However, for curvilinear naman, habang nagpapass yung time, nagbabago yung position mo in terms of x and y. Di ba kapag ganun guys, tumataas ka na, kumakaliwa ka pa. So, ibig sabihin, pwedeng ang motion mo ngayon is pag ganyan. Okay? Di ba po, magtatanong yan, siyempre. Sir, di ba ganyan naman talaga, even in rectilinear, may mga curve tayo? Okay? I want you guys to take note that yung mga kino-consider natin doon na mga naka-curve is the position time graph, the velocity time graph, and the acceleration time graph. Okay? Or binaversus lang natin yung mga parameters na yan with respect to time. Tama? Sabihin, habang nagbabago si position, habang nagbabago yung time, nagbabago si position, habang nagbabago yung time, nagbabago si velocity, habang nagbabago si time ulit, nagbabago si acceleration. So, ang pinag-uusapan natin doon are the motion parameters, hindi yung path ng body. Sa rectilinear kinematics, ang motion lang talaga niya ng body is either y or x. Ibig sabihin, gumagalaw lang siya along the y or along the x. However, dito, yung motion ng body natin or ng particle, gumagalaw ka na along the y, gumagalaw ka pa along the x. And technically guys, gumagalaw din yan along the z-axis. So yun lang naman yung pinagkaiba ng dalawa. Now, tingnan natin for our position. Okay? For our position guys, tulad ng sabi ko sa inyo, tingnan nyo mabuti ha. So we have here, dito na lang siguro tayo tumingin. Okay? For position, okay? For position guys, we have here the hindi pala kasi yan dito. For the z-axis, okay, we have the z-axis na yan. We have the x-axis. Wait lang, pangit. Wait lang. We have the x-axis and also we have the y-axis. Ngayon guys, kung titingnan nyo mabuti, okay, kung titingnan natin mabuti, wait lang. Yung particle natin dyan is technically nandyan. Ayan, okay? Okay? Ayan, anong nangyari? Wait lang. Ito yung particle natin. Okay? Tulad ng sabi ko sa inyo kanina, ito yun. So, habang gumagalaw yung particle mo, okay, sabi ko sa inyo dito kanina, sa nasa right side natin, habang gumagalaw si particle natin dito, habang gumagalaw yung particle natin along the x, gumagalaw din siya along the y. And technically nga, gumagalaw din siya along the z. So, this is the parameter of position in the curvilinear motion. Okay, rectangular components ang tawag natin dito. Ibig sabihin, yung motion mo is gumagalaw along this path. So, by terms of position, gumagalaw ka along x. Tama dito yan, di ba? From the reference, gumagalaw ka along x. From the reference y naman, gumagalaw ka along the y. And of course, gumagalaw ka rin along the z. Okay, so kung ibig sabihin pala nun, parang 3D dimensional ano lang to sa statics, i-represent mo ngayon yan, yung vector components mo into into r is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. Okay, so yun lang yun. Technically, yun lang naman yung magre-represent nung motions ng particle yung motion ng particle natin in 3-dimensional axis. Now, paano po kung gusto natin kunin yung magnitude ng position na yan? Ang magnitude ng position natin na yan is simply itong r. Tama? Ngayon, kung dati kasi, okay, recall, recall natin that nung meron tayong dalawang ganyan, di ba? This is your x and y, tapos eto ngayon yung r mo. Paano ba natin tinitake yung resultant na yan or yung magnitude ng vector component natin yan? Di ba simply r is equal to the square root ng x square plus y square. Tama? So, meaning, kung kukunin natin yung magnitude na to, we can simply say that this is equal to x square plus y square plus z square. So, ibig sabihin, makukuha na natin yung particle ng position natin na yan. Or, yung magnitude ng position natin. Ito yung particle natin, okay? Yung particle na nag-move from the reference axis, okay? Now, kung ganun pala, so okay na tayo for the position. Ibig sabihin lang agad ng position, nagbabago ka from the reference, pumupunta ka papuntang x, okay? Papuntang x-axis, nagme-measure ka from the reference ng distance from the x, distance naman from the reference along the y-axis, and of course, the z-axis kung meron man, okay? Nagkakaintindihan. So, yun lang guys yun. Ibig sabihin, pinire-represent natin for position, yung literal na term for position na nagbabago siya from the reference point ng x, y, and z axis. So, next is for the velocity. So, for position, siguro ilalagay ko dito that yung r natin is equal to xi plus yj plus, yj plus z. Okay. And by the way guys, yung ijk na to are the vector representation only. Okay? Ibig sabihin lang kasi niyan, magkakaiba guys yung x value sa y value sa z value natin. So kung kukunin nga natin yung resultant nila, okay? Ibig sabihin, your r is simply equal to square root ng x square plus y square plus z square. So ibig sabihin, ito yung parang sa mid dati, we have the Cartesian vector form or this is the vector form na lang. Okay? So, ayan muna tayo. Now is for the velocity. Okay? Kung titingnan nyo guys, this is the particle naman. Okay? Yung particle natin. Ngayon, dati kasi is gumagalaw lang tayo. Okay? Within rectilinear. Tingin dito sa sinozoom ko. Sa rectilinear guys, hindi na natin sinasabi kung x ba yan, y or z. Kasi nga, tulad ng sabi ko dati, gumagalaw lang yung motion natin at a single defined na axis. Either y kung free fall ka, kung horizontal rectilinear ka naman along the x. So meaning, hindi na natin siya nire-represent as vx o vox, the vx or voy and vy. Kasi alam natin na wala namang ibang notation na gagamitin since iisa lang na may axis natin. Di ba pagka may kinukuha ka dito, for example, the free-falling bodies yung for example, free-falling bodies yung kino-consider mo, di ba? Sinalagay mo dyan, V na lang is, or VO na lang is equal to 5 meters per second. Tapos yung V mo dito is equal to 0 kasi nasa peak. So wala ka na nalagay na VY and then VX na subscript. Ngayon, since nandito na tayo guys sa curvilinear motion na alam na nga natin na gumagalaw siya with respect sa X, Y, and Z, ibig sabihin tatlong axis na yung ginagalawan ng particle natin or tatlong line na. Meaning, magkakaroon ka ng velocity along the x, along the y, and along the z axis. So, paano yun? So, ibig sabihin, kung dati we have for velocity, di ba, we have the ds over dt. Meaning, i-derive natin yung function ng position with respect to time. Okay, so this is for rectilinear. Tama. So, ngayon naman, for curvilinear, okay, for curvilinear naman guys, okay, for curvilinear, i-represent naman natin ngayon since hindi ba nga hindi naman iisa lang yung parameter na gamit or iisa lang yung measurement na gamit natin or along x or along y. Ito kasing ds na to is either x or y lang, di ba? Kung pataas siya, y yung value na yan. Kung pa horizontal siya, x yung value na yan. Kaso dito hindi nga. So meaning kung titingnan niyo tong nasa left na to, ang nakalagay dito is dr over dt. Tama? So meaning kailangan mo daw kunin yung derivative nung each component ng motion mo with respect to x, y, and z. So meaning, tingnan nyo mabuti, we have the d, tama ba? We have the d, derivative na to. Ito yun, derivative na to, tsaka derivative na to, tsaka derivative niyan. Di ba pag dinerivative mo yung position with respect to time, makukuha mo na velocity. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan lang nating i-derive yung mga function ng position. Okay? But in this time, 3D na. So, we have dxi. Ayun na may adds. Sorry. Okay. Okay? Wait lang. Wala. Okay. Ay. Ben. Sorry. Wait lang. May commercial. So, nawala si Cola Note. Okay? Sorry. Nagkaroon ng commercial. So, we have dxi over the dt. Tama, kukunin mo yung first derivative ni xi with respect to dt plus dyj okay over dt, and for the last one we have d over dt ni zk naman. Okay, so ganyan yung magiging form niya. Okay, but take note guys na yung x natin is a vector representation. Okay, vector representation. Yung I, J, K natin are the vector representation. So, ibig sabihin, kasama dapat yan. Ngayon, for example, pagpalagay natin na for Vx. Okay, for Vx, ito kasi guys is Vx. Tama? This is Vy, tsaka this is Vz. Tama? Ganyan ba yun? Okay, so ibig sabihin pagpalagay natin si Vx, diba we have the derivative ng xi with respect to time. Tama? We have the derivative of xi with respect to time. Okay, now guys, kung titingnan mo mabuti, hindi ba this is your u, this is your v. Tama? Parang magde-derive ng ng product. So kung ganun pala, can we say that this is equal to u dv plus v du. So, you have u, which is yung x, and then diderive mo ngayon si I. Okay? And then, with respect to dt. Now, ano naman si x? Ano naman guys? Si I naman, nandiderivative mo si I natin is si v, di ba? O v du. V, yung I natin, diderive mo naman si u, which is yung x with respect to dt. But guys, eto ay pwede na nating i-cancel out. Bakit? Kasi yung ijk natin is assuming na nasa fixed point siya. Ibig sabihin nasa fixed reference point tayo. Meaning guys, that yung motion natin or yung ijk value natin is hindi naman siya magbabago or hindi siya mag-change over time. Meaning, yung ijk natin will be constant lang, andun lang siya, kahit magbago yung oras, hindi naman siya magbabago. So, i-cancel na natin yan para mabawasan yung equation natin. If that's the case, guys, so can we say, that yung v is equal to dr over dt natin is equal to Vx I plus Vy j plus Vz k. Okay? So, this is equal to V dr over dt. Magiging ano na lang siya? Dx over dt I, okay, dx over dt I, sorry, mali pala ako nung na-cancel dito sa kabila. Okay, dx over dt. So, burahin natin to. Okay, so this is x, this is I, dx over dt. Ang mga cancel pala dito is eto. Kasi kapag dinerive mo nga, yung constant na I is equal to 0. So, mangyayari is I dx over dt. Or dx over dt multiplied by I. So, ito yun. Ito yun guys. Dx over dt multiplied by I. So, plus, ano pa? plus dy over dt j plus dz over dt k. Okay, so yan lang. Okay, so yan ang magiging form natin. Okay, ibig sabihin, para makuha mo si velocity or the magnitude of the velocity, you need to get the derivative of the function with respect to x, with respect to y, tsaka with respect to z, all in terms of time. Ibig sabihin, kailangan kapag nag-derive tayo is of course all with respect to time. Kasi guys, yung velocity natin ay change in position over time. Okay? So ayun, bibigyan ko lang kayo ng ilang notes for this one. Okay, note natin that gagamit tayo ng dot notation dito. So paano 'yon? Ang dot notation natin, guys, is ito. Vx is equal to x dot. Ibig sabihin, yung Vx natin is also equal to x dot or the first derivative. Okay, yun lang naman yun. First derivative of the function of position. For your Vy, this is y dot naman or the first derivative of the function of position with in terms of y. At saka yung Vz naman is simply z dot. Okay, so yun lang naman yung mga representation natin. So, ibig sabihin, bigyan ko kayo ng example. For example, we have x is equal to 2t squared plus 5. Di ba pagka kumukuha tayo ng velocity, simply Vx, okay, is equal to first derivative yun yan, x dot is equal to 4t. So, technically, ayan lang yun. Okay? Makinig mabuti that dapat guys, pag nagkakaroon kayo or i-derive nyo yung function ng position, dapat yung function ng position is naka with respect to time. So, ibig sabihin, kapag hindi naka with respect to time, minsan kasi ang binibigay is the function of position with respect to position. For example, this is your x, this is your y. Ibig sabihin, yung mismong function ng motion yung binigay sa'yo. For example, y is equal to 2x. Okay? Ngayon, paano gagawin mo dyan? Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin that Vy is equal to dy over dt. Kasi, yung function mo is naka with respect to position lang din, hindi naman with time. So, mamaya i-elaborate natin. But if that's the case, dapat yan, Vy is equal to, dy over, wait lang, dy, wherein yung function ng y mo is equal to 2x. Kapag nagde-derive ka ng x with respect to y, ano ginagamit? The implicit derivative. So, but for that, mamaya na siguro yun. For nasa example problem na tayo. Okay? So, okay na tayo for the velocity. And now, down for the last one, we have the acceleration. Okay? Okay, down for the last one, we have the acceleration. Simply guys, for the acceleration, andito naman lahat yun. Kumbaga, andito naman lahat sa presentation yun. Send ko na lang din yung PowerPoint. So, kumbaga, pinapakita ko lang sa inyo paano ba yung nangyayari. And for the acceleration, simply, di ba, we have dv over dt. Which is, pwede natin sabihin that this is xi plus ayj plus azk. Okay? So now, tandaan nyo lang din, ang note lang natin dito, basically, ang kailangan mo naman gawin dito is to get the first derivative of the velocity function or the second derivative of the function of position. Kaya nakalagay dyan, ax is equal to vx dot. Ibig sabihin, first derivative ng function of position. Parang ganoon nga lang din sa dati. Inuulit lang natin, but in this time, 3-dimensional na. X double dot naman is the second derivative of the function of position. So, ay is equal to, ay is equal to vy dot or the first derivative of the function of velocity or simply the second derivative ng function of position. And for the last one, we have the az is equal to vz. Okay, first derivative is simply equal to the second derivative ng function of position with respect to z. So, ano ba yung mga kailangan natin tandaan? Ibig sabihin lang yan, guys, pag kukunin mo naman yung magnitude ng acceleration mo, basically, yung magnitude ng acceleration mo is equal to your ax squared plus ay squared plus az squared. So, yun lang. At same with the velocity pala. So, I think, dito ko na lang siguro halagay. For the velocity, okay, for the velocity, ang magnitude naman ng velocity mo is simply, vx squared plus vy squared plus vz square. So, ayan lang naman yun. Nandito nga lahat sa presentation yan. So, basahin nyo na lang din. But, yun guys. O, ibig sabihin, paano ba yun? Bago tayo dumako sa mga sample problems, the first thing na kailangan natin tandaan is, okay, ang acceleration is, the magnitude of the acceleration is equal to ax square plus ay square plus az square. Paano natin makukuha yan? Makukuha natin yan if we're going to derive the function of velocity. Ito yun. Okay? Or the second derivative ng function of position. Dapat, kapag magde-derive ka ng velocity, yung function ng position mo is naka with respect to time. Kung hindi, mag-i-implicit derivative ka. Sa implicit derivative, ito naman yung mga kailangan tandaan. Yung mga ganyang dot notation natin. Okay, so para mas maintindihan nyo, siguro medyo magulo pa ngayon yan dahil hindi pa naman natin ina-apply sa sample problem. Okay, so ngayon i-apply na natin. Subukan na natin siyang i-apply. Okay guys, so let's talk about, check ko lang kung naka-open ba yung microphone. Ano ba yun? Ano ka? Ayan, wait lang. Double check ko lang. Ayan. So, for sample problem number 1, basahin ko na lang kasi wala naman babasa sa inyo dito, di ba? Nakakalungkot nga eh. So, the velocity of a particle is given by v is equal to 16t I plus 14t j plus 5t plus 2k meter per second, where t is in seconds. So, if the particle is at the origin when t is equal to 0 seconds, determine the magnitude of the particle's acceleration when t is equal to 2 seconds. Also, what is the x, y, z coordinate of the particle at this instant? Now guys, siguro dito ko nalalagay. So, we have given, okay? Wait lang. So, I think, teka, magsiset up muna ako ng ano. Okay. Given. Okay guys, for our given, di ba binigyan tayo ng function ng velocity in a vector form? Okay? This is 16. Teka lang. I think, okay. This is v is equal to 16t I plus 40j plus quantity 5t plus 2k. Okay? So, this is the function of velocity with respect to time in a vector form. Bakit sinabi natin vector form? Kasi we have I, j, and then the k representation for the vector. Ibig sabihin, this is the velocity of the particle traveling at the x, y, and z axis. Kung ganun pala, pwede ko bang sabihin that the function for vx is eto? Okay, wait lang. The function for vx is simply eto, yung 16t. And then for vy, we have the 4t. And then for vz, we have the 5t plus 2. Okay, so ibig sabihin, meron na tayong mga function ng velocity. Now guys, okay, ano ba hinahanap sa atin? Okay, so, ang hinahanap sa atin, determine the magnitude of the particle's acceleration. Meaning, ang hinahanap sa atin is the acceleration alone. Tama? Ibig sabihin, ang kailangan natin dito is a square root of, a square root ng ax square plus ay square plus az square. Tama? Ano ba yung ax natin? The ax is simply the first derivative ng vx. Yung ay is the first derivative ng vy. At yung az is the first derivative ng v. Ayun, meron na adds. vz. Kakaintindihan? So, meaning, mahahanap na ba natin yun? Okay, so tingnan natin. Okay, ano pa ba hinahanap? The next thing that we're going to do is we have what is the coordinate. So, this is find, Find. Okay. And then, yung isa pang find, so this is for letter A, pangalanan natin as A yan. Yung B naman is, hinahanap is yung X, Y, Z coordinate. Or simply, kung titingnan nyo mabuti, eto yun, di ba? We have the XI plus YJ plus z, k. At kung pag-uusapan natin guys is yung mga value ng coordinates, pwede nating i-extract etong v, x, the y, and then the z. So madali lang, di ba? So basically, ayun lang naman yung kailangan nating gawin. Okay, siguro simulan na natin. For our solution, okay, unahin natin yung acceleration. Since you have given that v is equal to 16t squared I plus 4t cubed j plus quantity 5t, tama ba? Quantity 5, narinig ako, opo sir, 5t plus 2k, okay? Ibig sabihin, sinabi ko na kanina, this is your Vx, this is your Vy, and this is your Vz. Now, kung kukunin natin yung first derivative niyan, hindi ba yung acceleration niya is equal to the first derivative of the Vx plus the first derivative of the Vy plus the first derivative of the Vz. Tama? Now, kung ganun pala, ibig sabihin, kukunin lang natin yung derivative, okay? Sige, bubuin ko muna for sake of discussion ngayon. Ibig sabihin, for acceleration, this is simply the derivative ng 16t squared over dt. That's for Vx. Okay? Plus, kunin ko ngayon yung derivative ni 4t cube over, by the way, this is, may I, may j, may k, okay? With respect to time, okay? And then, j. Plus, kukunin ko ngayon yung derivative ni quantity 5t plus 2 over dt with respect to k. Di ba, ang dali lang? So, ibig sabihin, yung acceleration ko is simply equal to 32t, tama, 32t, may I dyan yan, plus t cube, o sabihin na natin we have 12t square, meron tayong j dyan, at we have the 5t plus 2, simply this is derivative ng 5 is simply 5. 5t is simply 5 lang, so 5. Okay, nagkakaintindihan? Ibig sabihin, ito ngayon yung function ng acceleration mo with respect to time in 3-dimensional axis kasi nasa curvilinear motion nga tayo. Ngayon, paano po gagawin natin dyan? To identify the magnitude, okay? Ibig sabihin, ito yung function pa lang to. Okay, this is your function. Na at any given time na ibigay sa'yo, mahahanap mo yung acceleration. Di ba, ano ba yung given natin? Ang given natin is, okay, for initial conditions pala, we have when, initial conditions pala natin, may given pala tayo. When t is equal to 0, we have x, y, z is equal also to 0. Okay, so ang hinahanap natin is, ang find, okay, natin is when t is equal to 2 seconds. Meaning, ayan na, nahanap na natin yung ibig sabihin, at 2 seconds, at t is equal to 2 seconds, madali lang. Makahanap na natin acceleration. Ang acceleration pala natin is equal to 32 multiplied by 2i plus 12 2 square j plus 5k. Wala ka naman ipa-plug in dyan, di ba? So, 5 na yan. So, eto na ngayon yung ating acceleration. So, i-simplify natin pa. So, we have 32 times 2 is 64 i, tama? 64i plus we have 2 square is 4 times 12 is 48. So, we have 48j plus ano ngayon yung 5 natin. So, wala tayong plug in. So, simply 5k. Okay? Ngayon, yan na ba yung magnitude ng acceleration natin? Hindi pa. Pero, ba't hindi natin sila pinagsasama-sama na nga? Kasi guys, magkakaiba ng component yan. Makukuha mo lang yung pinaka-acceleration mo pag ginamit mo na yung a is equal to ax square plus ay square plus az square. Okay? So, alam mo naman yan that yung az mo is 64 ay yung AX mo is 64, yung AY mo is 48, at simply yung AZ mo is 5. So, ibig sabihin, ipa-plug in lang natin dyan to. This is simply equal to, okay, this is simply equal to 64 square plus 48 square plus 5 square. So, we have the value for acceleration. We have simply 5 square root ng 257. 257 meter per second square. Or kung gusto natin i-simplify pa, ano ba yung 5 square root of 257? 5 square root ng 257, this is equal to 80.156, 3 decimal, 80.156 meter per second square. Meaning, ayan yung acceleration natin, ayan yung given acceleration natin when time is equal to 2 seconds. Okay, so that's for letter A. Di ba? Medyo madali lang naman siya. Okay, and paano naman for letter B natin? Okay, letter B. Di ba guys, ang hinahanap sa atin is the coordinates. So, ibig sabihin, ito yun, di ba yan yun, coordinates xi plus yj plus zk. And ang coordinates natin na tinutukoy dyan is ano yung value ng, ano yung, from the fixed reference point, nasaan ka in terms of x? Nasaan ka along dy? Nasaan ka along dz? Okay? So, kung maaalala nyo guys, meron tayong given na velocity, okay? And then iaakyat natin siya ng position kasi madali lang pag position ibababa mo ng velocity. So you have the function of velocity, iaakyat mo siya ng position. The first thing that you need to do is integrate or i-derive. So kung paakit yung gagawin mo sa SVA, hindi ba magi-integrate ka? So ibabalik lang natin tong V is equal to ds over dt. But this time guys, ang gagamitin natin is dr. Ibig sabihin, we have V is equal to dr over dt. Nagkakaintindihan? So, ibig sabihin, pwede ko bang i-replace na lang ito? Can we say that dr is equal to V dt? Okay? Tapos, i-integrate natin siya both sides. Okay? Ang sabi, when time is equal to 0, ito tayo, when time is equal to 0, yung r mo is equal to 0. When time is equal to 2, yung, yung position vector mo. But guys, siguro para mas conservative yung function natin, ang gawin na lang natin, instead of placing this is to as 2, para makakuha tayo ng equation, baka kasi kailanganin pa natin, i-represent na lang muna natin as time, para makakuha tayo ng function ng position with respect to time pa rin. So, pag pinlagin natin yung 2, makukuha natin yung sagot. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, ganun lang na may gagawin natin. So, ibig sabihin, this is simply r, 0 to r. Okay? Or simply r na lang. Now, ito naman yung case natin. From 0 to p. Okay? Kukunin natin ngayon, i-integrate natin ngayon si 16t square I plus 4t cube j plus 5t plus 2k in terms of dt. Okay? So, I think, since 0 naman parehas ng nasa baba natin na limits, okay? So, since 0 naman yung nasa baba natin na limits, technically, wala na tayong lower limit. So, maalalahanin nyo lang yun. So, para hindi na humaba yung equation natin, hindi na natin siya ipapakita. Simply, this is r. Kasi r minus r yan, tapos ito 0, ito pinalitan mo ng r. So, ganun. Okay, so r na lang matitira. Same thing with the right side ng equation natin. 0 naman yung lower limit natin. So, pag pinlagin natin yan against the equation, wala naman na tayong matitirang value doon. So, magiging t na lang siya. Okay, so, siguro r na lang lagay ko dito. Simply, this is equal to, kunin natin ngayon yung integration na to. So, simply, we have 16t cube over 3. Tama? Plus, ito yun na, 16t, 4t cube, tsaka 5t plus 2. So, we have, ito namang isa is 4t raised to 4 over 4. By the way, nakalimutan ako, the I, the j. Plus, we have 5t square, quantity ng 5t square over 2 plus 2t t, k. So, meron na tayong function ng position natin with respect to time. O yan na, sabi na nga sa inyo, di ba, na much better na ganyan yung ginagawa natin, na hindi natin nire-rekta, na 2 na agad ito, para makakuha muna tayo ng function. Para at any given time, maipa-plug in natin siya. So, okay na tayo sa function ng position with respect to time. So, paano gagawin natin? At t is equal to 2 seconds, madali lang. Ipa-plug in lang natin yung values na yan doon sa may function natin. Tama. So, this is 16. Hindi ko na sinimplify kasi ganun din naman. 16 over 3i plus itong 4 na to, pwede mo na maging t square yan. Pero sige, lagay na natin 2 raised to 4 over 4 j plus 2 square over 2 plus 2 multiplied by 2k. But yun nga guys, hindi natin pagpa-plus-plusin lahat yan. Mali yun. Kasi iba-iba tayo. Iba-iba tayo ng iba-iba tayo ng vector axis na iba-iba tayo ng axis na kino-consider diyan. So tendency, kunan mo muna yan ng value. So 16 2 cube over 3 is simply 42.667 if I'm not mistaken. Ay, tama ba? Teka lang, double check ko. We have 16 2 square, 2 cube, 2 cube over 3, 42.667. How about eto? So, ito pwede mo na itong i-cancel 2 raised to 4 is simply equal to 16. So, pwede tayong sabihin that this is 16j. Ito namang isa na to is we have 2 square. And pwede mo pagsamahin niya kasi ng quantity siya. Okay, so this is equal to 14. Tama ba? This is 14k. So, ibig sabihin, kung i-extract mo yung coordinates dyan, di ba alam mo that this is your x, mo ipiyok pa ya. This is your y, this is your z. So, meaning, pagka nirepresent natin yan dyan, di ba ang xyz coordinate natin is 42.667, 16, saka 14. So, technically, ito na yung sagot kasi natin talaga. Okay? Paano pagka naman hinahanap yung magnitude ng position niya? Ibig sabihin, along the, parang sa hypotenuse, gaano kahaba yung narating niya since nag-travel siya along the x and y. Ito naman, ano yung magnitude ng r natin nung travel na siya along the x, y, and z. Okay, so if this is your x, ayan yun, parang itong 3D analysis, ito yung position mo. Okay, ano yung layo na to? Ba't ba ganun? Ano ngayon yung layo niyan? Ibig sabihin, this is your r. Okay, so burahin natin. Para makuha natin yun, simply, yung r mo is equal to square root ng, di ba, ng x square plus y square plus z square. Guys, excuse, medyo maingay, sana audible pa rin ako. So, r is simply equal to 42.667 square plus 16 square plus 14 square. Technically guys, yung r value natin dito is equal to, square root ng 42.667 square plus 16 square plus 14 square. So guys, ang value natin dyan is 47.67 meters pa yun. I think meters na yun. So, ayan ngayon yung value natin yan. But ang tinatanong kasi sa atin is the coordinates. So, ibig sabihin, this alone, okay, is okay na yan. So, that's for example number 1. Okay? Okay, for sample problem number 2. At any instant, the horizontal position of the weather balloon is defined by x is equal to 80. Okay, ang given sa atin guys, ba't green? Ang given sa atin is x is equal to 80. Okay, ito guys is the function of position, okay, at x-axis with respect to time. Ibig sabihin, nagbabago ka or nagmo-move ka along x-axis at any given point in time t. Ayun yung una nating given. Next is the equation of the path. However, y is equal to x square over 10. Meaning, nagbabago naman si y mo habang nagbabago si x. Si x is nagbabago naman habang nagbabago yung time. So, meaning, related silang dalawa. However, mapapansin nyo, itong x natin is nakarepresent with respect to time. However, yung function ng path natin is is yung y natin is naka with respect naman siya dun sa may x. Kung mapansin nyo, tulad ng sabi ko sa inyo kanina na dun sa may introduction natin, it is always safe to make sure, para maging safe yung pag-work natin ng equation, it is always a need to check kung ano ba or with respect to ano ba yung mga functions na binibigay sa atin. Okay, kasi ang hinahanap sa atin is find the velocity daw saka the acceleration. Tama? So we have the velocity and acceleration. Okay? Meron pang fireworks. So we have the velocity and the acceleration. At kung titingnan nyo mabuti, nasa two-dimensional axis lang naman tayo. Meaning, okay, wala tayong y. So, wala tayong z. So, ibig sabihin, for velocity, you only have vx square plus vy square. Okay? And for your acceleration, simply, you have you have the ax square plus ay square. So, technically, guys, ganyan lang naman yung kino-consider natin ngayon. Pero, bibigyan ko kayo ng dalawa solution. For your solution, okay, sa solution 1 natin, okay, relating every equation with respect to time. Una, pangalanan ko to as relating equation with respect to time t. Ibig sabihin, kung titingnan mo buti, yung x natin na tayong problema. Kasi na, with respect to time tayo dyan. However, yung position natin na y is, with respect to x. Meaning, okay? Meaning, kasi ganito yan eh. Ilagay natin dito. Okay, we have x is equal to 8t. And you have y is equal to x square over 10. Di ba kung kukunin mo yung vx, simply vx is the first derivative of x. This is equal to 8. Tama? Paano pag kukunin mo si vy? Ibig sabihin, hindi mo pwedeng sabihin that this is 1 over 10 times 2x. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin na ganyan kasi hindi ka naka with respect to time. At saka hindi mo pwedeng kunin yung v is equal to vx square plus vy square kung hindi ito naka with respect to time. So, ibig sabihin, hindi mo nga siya So, what if i-relate na lang natin siya? So, ganun yung gagawin natin for solution 1. Now, unahin natin si position. Ito, it is safe to always start from the position. Pag position, ibig sabihin, kunin mo lang yung value. Ano ba yung time na kino-consider natin? Position at time is equal to 2 seconds. Ibig sabihin, hinahanap kasi natin dito, ito yun, yung time natin when t is equal to 2 seconds. Nakalagay na pala yan, 16 feet. So, ibig sabihin, yung x value natin, when time is equal to 2 seconds, yung x mo is equal to 16 feet. Meaning, ito pala kino-consider natin, nandiyan point na yung balloon natin. Okay, nandiyan point na yung balloon. Now, when time, this is equal to 16. Okay? Now, kung titingnan mo buti, paano naman natin mahahanap yung value ng y? Ibig sabihin, with respect dito, ano yung value ng y? Siguro, i-plug in mo si 16 doon kay x. O kaya naman, kasi kung hahanapin natin yun, can we say that your y naman is simply equal to x square over 10. Meron kang given na 16, therefore y is equal to 16 square over 10. So, meaning, yung y mo is simply equal to, ilan? You have 16 square over 10. So, this is 25.6 feet. Obviously, sabihin, yari na tayo for position. Okay, yari na tayo for position. So, unahin nga natin yung position, di ba? Now, how about for the value of the velocity? By the way, this solution is for velocity muna. Okay. For our velocity, simply, di ba, ang velocity natin, v is equal to v square root ng vx square plus the vy square. Tama? So, meaning, hanapin natin si vx and then hanapin natin si vy for that. Now, paano ngayon yung gagawin natin? So, simply, tingnan nyo muna. Diba? Yung vy natin, simply y dot yan. Tama? or, and then, if we say y is equal to x squared over 10, okay? Okay, in terms of, unahin na natin si Vy kasi madali lang naman yan, okay? Ibig sabihin, kailangan nating i-derive yung Vy natin with respect to time kasi ang Vx natin dito, tsaka yung Vy, is simply with respect to time t. Tama? Ito parehas na yan, with respect to dt parehas yan. Tama? So, ibig sabihin, kailangan natin i-represent yung y in terms of time. So, ano ba yun? Di ba meron tayong given na x is equal to 8t? Kung ganun, pwede mo nang i-represent yung new equation mo as 8t quantity squared over 10. Tama ba? At i-simplify natin yan. We have y is simply equal to 64t squared over 10. At from there, kunin natin si Vy. Paano yun? So, ilabas mo sa 64 over 10. Paano mo nga i-derive si t mo? You have t square, you have simply 2t. So, kung ganun pala, yung Vy mo is simply equal to, simplify natin, we have 64 over 10 times 2 is 12.8t. Tama? Okay? So, ibig sabihin yan yung function ng velocity mo along y. So, at time is equal to 2 seconds, your velocity y is 12.8 times 2. Your Vy is simply equal to 12.8 times 2 is simply equal to 25.6 feet per second. So, ayan na ngayon yung para sa Vy natin. Now, yan na ba agad yun? I mean, wala na ba tayong hahanapin? Meron pa. Yung value ng ating, Vx. Now, for the value of Vx, di ba this is simply equal to the x or the first derivative ng x natin. Or in yung x natin is equal to 8t. Meaning, yung Vx natin is equal to first derivative ng 8t with respect to dt. Sabihin, yung Vx natin is simply equal to 8 feet per second na lang. Tama? Kung kukunin natin si V, di ba? V is equal to square root ng Square root ng Vx square plus Vy square. Therefore, yung V natin is simply equal to the square root ng 8 square plus 25.6 square. So, yung V natin is simply equal to ilan? Tingnan. So, we have the 8 square plus 25.6 square. Makakuha tayo ng value na 26.82. So, we have 26.82 feet per second. So, ibig sabihin, ito na ngayon yung value natin for velocity. Now, that's for solution number 1. Ngayon, gusto ko kasing ipakita sa inyo, okay, yung solution number 2 din. For velocity lang, For velocity. Now, for velocity, we have for solution number 2. For solution number 2, okay, ito naman tatawagin natin using the implicit derivative. Okay? Using the implicit derivative. At take note guys, hindi ba alam natin that Vx, okay, is equal to the Vx is equal to x dot, tama? And then yung Vy mo naman is simply equal to y dot. Okay? Now, okay, so ulitin lang natin. For the function of position, for x, di ba this is 8 multiplied by 2, x is equal to 16 feet when time is equal to 2 seconds. And then for value of y is equal to 16 square over 10. Yung y mo, di ba, this is equal to 25.6. If I'm not mistaken, yes. This is 25.6 feet. Ngayon naman, kukuha tayo ng velocity using the implicit derivative. Ibig sabihin, ulitin lang natin. Tandaan nyo lang yun guys, na pagka kumukuha kayo ng velocity, basically, is kukunin nyo lang yung Vx, tsaka yung Vy. Now, the problem here is if gagamit tayo ng implicit derivative, wala na tayo i-represent as a function of, ibig sabihin, di-differentiate natin yung variable in terms of another variable at hindi in terms of time. Pero yung Vx kasi, wala tayong problema, di ba? For Vx, this is simply equal to x dot, which is ang x natin is equal to 8t. So, wala tayong problema dyan kasi pag kinuha mo yung Vx, this is simply equal to the first derivative ng x, which is 8 feet per second. So, technically, siya pa rin naman yan. Okay? And by the way, solution 2 ito, alternative solution lang to, wala namang mababago dun sa mga magiging sagot natin. Now, how about for Vy? Tandaan that Vy is equal to dy dot. Okay? Basta tandaan nyo si Vx is also equals to x dot. Okay? Now guys, kung titingnan nyo mabuti, yung y natin dito is simply equal to x squared over 10. Tama? Okay? Wherein, lagay na natin iba nating parameters, x is equal to 8 feet per second. Okay? And then yung x natin is equal to x dot pala to, or the first derivative. Ito is x. Nakita. This is x dot or Vx. Tama. X natin is equal to 16 feet naman. Now, okay, ibig sabihin, yung y dot natin, okay, yung Vy natin is equal to y dot. This is simply equal to what? This is simply equal to the derivative, okay, ng x squared over 10 with respect to dy. Tama? Tama ba? Now, kung ganun pala, ibig sabihin, mag-differentiate tayo ng function in terms of x with respect to y. Ibig sabihin, kung ganun pala, siguro ilabas ko na si 1 over 10 as constant. Sabihin, si y dot natin is simply 1 over 10, okay? 1 over 10 multiplied by d x squared over dy. For that case, yung y dot natin is simply equal to 1 over 10, okay, multiplied by the x squared over dy. So, yung y dot natin is simply equal to, ayan, inulit ko lang. So, we have 1 over 10. Ngayon, paano mo i-differentiate si x squared in terms of So, ang mangyayari dyan is, pag nag-implicit derivatives ka, di ba, you have 2x. Tapos, meron ka pang dx over, dx over dy. Tama? So, yung i-represent natin yan, yung y dot mo na yan, simply equal to 1 over 10, 2x. The first derivative of x is also known as your x dot. Tama? So, para mas baka puro dot na tayo, burahin ko to. Okay? Times 2x. Itong portion na to, di ba siya rin si x dot? So, kung ganun pala, tanggalin ko na yan. This is x dot. Okay? So, para makuha mo ngayon si y dot, simply, you have 1 over 10 multiplied by 2. Ano yung value ng 2 mo? Diba yung value ng 2 mo, yung value ng x mo is 16 feet at 2 seconds. Tama? So, ibig sabihin, this is 16. Ito kasing instant na to guys is at 2 seconds. Okay? Ano naman si x dot mo? Si x dot mo is given as 8 feet per second. Yun yung nahanap natin kanina. So, if simplifying, yung y dot mo ngayon is simply equal to 1 over 10 multiplied by 2, multiplied by 16, multiplied by 8. Makukuha mo dito si 25.6 feet per second. If that's the case, mahanap na natin siya. Ayun. Okay, so okay na tayo for the velocity. Okay, and then for the acceleration, guys, madali na lang yan. Okay, madali na lang siya. So, for the acceleration, hinahanap ba natin siya acceleration? Okay. So, for the acceleration, yes, hinahanap pa na natin. Ayun nakalagay, velocity and acceleration. So, for the acceleration, okay, for the acceleration, Okay, di ba yung ax natin is equal to the first derivative ng bx natin? Tama? But with respect to time, sabi sabihin d vx over dt. Okay? E di kung ganun pala, yung ax natin is simply equal to the derivative. Ano ba yung vx natin? Yung vx natin is equal to 8 dt. Tama? Yung vx natin is equal to x dot is equal to 8 feet per second. So, kung diderive natin yung constant, we have the ax is equal to 0 feet per second square. Tama? Now, ano naman kapag yung how about for the ay? Yung ay is simply first derivative ng function ng vy natin. Okay? At kung i-recall nyo, okay, vy. This is equal to d vy over dt. Okay, yung ay natin is simply equal to derivative ng, ano ba yung vy natin? Okay, yung vy natin guys with respect to time is simply equal, ito. Tama, 12t. Okay, yung vy natin is simply equal to the 12t. Now, kung ganun pala, ibig sabihin 12.8t. So, ibig sabihin, this is derivative ng 12.8t over dt. Tama. So, ibig sabihin, yung ay natin is simply equal to 12.8. Kung ganun, okay, feet per second square. So, kung ganun, makukuha na natin yung magnitude ng acceleration natin. For the magnitude of acceleration, simply this is a is equal to a x squared plus ay squared. Okay? So, yung a natin is simply equal to the square root ng 0 square plus 12.8 square. The value for acceleration is simply square. So, this is simply 12.8 feet per second squared. So, this is 12.8 feet per second square. So, ayan na ngayon yung answer natin. For velocity guys, dalawang solution lang ginamit natin. Yung isa, we need respect natin with time. Ito naman is we need respect natin with the, what do you call this? With the implicit derivatives. Sorry, baka ma-confuse kayo. Itong y bar, yung y dot natin yan is the vy lang. So, sige, compute na rin ulit natin dito yung yung v. Ganun lang din mangyayari dun. So, we have x dot dito, di ba? Yung x dot natin dyan plus the y dot. Ano ba yung v nat? Yung natin? Yung x dot. Yung x dot natin is 8 square. Yung y dot natin is 25.6 square. Technically, v is equal to 26.82 feet per seconds pa rin. So, ito pa rin yung ating answer. Okay. Yun lang naman. Dinagdag ko lang kasi na-shade ko pala yan. So, that's it. So, for sample problem number 3, basically the last sample problem. Okay, for sample problem number 3, konti lang na may given sa atin dito. Actually, ayan lang. When given natin, ay, sorry, namatay yung pen ko. Okay. For, ang given natin, okay, your y is equal to 0.001, tama ba? X square. Okay? And we have the vy that if the plane is rising with a constant upward velocity. Okay, so we have vy na pala agad, which is equal to 10 meters per second. Upward, di ba? So vy, ayun o. This is your v, this is your y. Upward velocity daw. So, ibig sabihin, upward na ganyan. So, vy yan. Okay? And, the magnitude of velocity and acceleration of the plane when it reaches the altitude of y, when y is equal to 100 meters, what is the velocity and what is the magnitude of the acceleration. So, ibig sabihin yung hinahanap. Ngayon, wala po tayong time, sir. Wala. Pero binigyan tayo, guys, ng y distance. So, kung ganun pala, mas mahahanap y distance and also we have the vertical velocity. So, for our solution, sundan lang to. Okay? So, for our solution, we have y is equal to 0.001x squared. Okay? Wala tayong binigay na instant. Pero ang tinanong sa atin is ano daw when y is equal to 100 meters. Meaning, meron pa rin tayong gagamitin na value or meron pa rin tayong instant na hinahanap but in terms of distance. Kasi usually, ang instant is with respect to time, di ba? Hanapin si magnitude of velocity and acceleration when time is equal to ganyan and ganito. Ngayon, hanapin naman natin yung instant in terms of position. Ibig sabihin, y is equal to 100. But before that, siguro alamin muna natin when y is equal to 100, baka magamit natin to, what is the value of x? So basically, hanapin mo lang, this is 0.001x squared. Therefore, yung x mo is simply equal to 316.23 meters. Nagkaintindihan? So, ibig sabihin, ayan yung value ng x mo. When nasa 100 meters ka, technically, ito yan. Okay? When y is equal to 100 meters, yung x value mo is equal to 316.23. Meaning, eto ka. Okay? Ngayon, ayan yung position mo. Ito ngayon yung hinahanap sa atin. Ibig sabihin, ano daw yung velocity and acceleration natin nung nandito na yung particle natin. Okay? So, kung gano'n naman, para siguro mas madali, hanapin natin yung naka with respect to time. Siguro much better yun. Magagamit ba natin siya? Okay? Baka okay lang din na ang solution natin is with respect to time. However, yun nga, wala nga tayo kasing time instant. Pero baka magagamit natin, susubukan na lang din natin siguro. If these are the cases kasi na x and y yung binibigay sa atin na given, usually talaga nag-implicit derivative. But subukan natin. Ibig sabihin, ano ba muna yung time nung nandiyan na sa position na yan? So, I think, di ba meron tayong given na vy which is 10 meters per second? Di ba yung vy natin is simply equal to y over the time. Tama, yung position niya along the y over time. So, ibig sabihin, meron kang 10 meter per second, 10 is equal to ano? When y is equal to 100, ano yung time? Ang time yung dito is simply equal to 10 seconds. Ibig sabihin, ang travel time niya, nung nakarating na siya at y is equal to 100, 10 seconds. Okay? At y is equal to 100 meters. But again, pinakita lang naman natin yan, hinanap lang natin. Okay na tayo for position. This is for position. Technically, simulan nyo lagi dyan, para gamitin mo o hindi, at least, andyan na nakasolve na. So, for velocity, okay, for velocity, alam mo guys that this is v is equal to square root ng vx square plus the vy square plus the vz square. But kung titingnan mo, ang motion lang natin dito is against x and y. So, tanggalin na natin yan. Okay? Okay. So, kung titingnan nyo mabuti, we have y is equal to 0.001 x square. Okay? So, vy is equal to y dot. At alam natin na pag dinerive natin to, d 0.001x square, this is over the dy. Kung i-differentiate natin siya, kagaya tayo ng implicit derivative, this is simply equal to 0.002 x square multiplied by x dot. Tama? Kaintindihan? So, ibig sabihin, since meron kang value ng vy, tama? When vy is equal to 10, mahanap mo ngayon si vx. Paano yun? Di ba si vx is equal to x dot? So, kung ipa-plug in mo si vy dun kay 10, di ba ito is, yung dalawa na yan is 10. This is simply equal to 0.002. Ano ngayon yung value ni x square? Ito kasing vy na to, at y is equal to 100 meters. Okay? Where x is equal to 316.23. Tama? Yung 10 meter per second mo na yan, siya yung velocity ng particle mo or ng plane mo when y is equal to 100 meters. And when y is equal to 100 meters, yung x mo naman is equal to 316.23 meters. Meaning, yung x mo na yan, siya yung 316.23 square. Yung x dot mo ngayon, siya ngayon yung hinahanap natin. Diba si x dot is also equals to vx. So, huwag kayong malilito doon. Pare-parehas lang yun. So, mahahanap natin that vx is equal, diba, sa x dot, which is also equal to ilan? So, you have 0.002, 316.23 square multiplied by the value of x. So, 10 nga ito. Okay, so, ibig sabihin, wait lang. 10 is equal to 0.002, 316. So, wala na pala siyang square. Wala na palang square to. May square pa. Eh, nag-ano nga pala tayo. Ibinaba na nga pala natin siya. Sorry. So, di ba, pag dinerive mo yung 0.001x square, magiging 0.002x. So, tanggalin natin to. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, calculating the value, this is equal to 15.81 meters per second. So, ibig sabihin, that's for our Vx. Ngayon, makukuha na ba natin si V? Actually, oo. Makukuha na natin si velocity. Okay? For the velocity, okay? Diba? You have Vy already, which is 10 meters per second. And you have the Vx now, which is 15.81 meters per second. So, yung V natin is simply square root ng ano? Vx square plus Vy square. Yung velocity natin is simply equal to, ang Vx square natin is 10 square plus 15.81 square. So, the velocity is simply equal to plus 15.81 square. So, this is simply equal to 18.71 meters per second. So, 18.71 meters per second. So, that's for our velocity. Okay, pagpasensyahan nyo na medyo maingay, may naliligo, okay? So, I think audible pa rin naman ako regardless. So, yun lang. So, yun. So, last naman is for the acceleration. Okay? For the acceleration, okay, for the acceleration, guys, technically, di ba si Vy natin, okay, tandaan nyo, the y dot, tama, is the Vy. Ito yun, tama. Ito. Yung y dot natin is, itong portion na to. Okay, tandaan nyo yan. Diba, y dot is simply equal to 0.002x x dot. Eh, di ba, ang kinukuha natin is the y double dot. Tatandaan natin that the acceleration ng y is equal to y double dot. Or ibig sabihin, yung function ng y dot mo, kukunin mo ulit yung derivative nun. But take note, guys, na magiging ano na yan, product. So, you have u, also you have v, baliktad natin, v, u, or interchangeable naman yan. Okay, u dv plus b du. Okay, so ito u. Okay. Magiging ano yan. Ibig sabihin, pagka kinuha mo, yung y double dot mo, diba, that's acceleration against ng y, you have to get your u, which is your x dot. Okay, derivative ng 0.002x with respect to dy. Okay, so, ayan, plus, we also have, ito naman yung VDU, UDV plus BDU, you have 0.002x derivative ng x dot over the dy. Tama? So, ibig sabihin, kung kukunin natin yan, the y double dot is simply equal to x dot, tama? Multiplied by 0.002. Pinagkaiba, magkakaroon tayo ng dx over dy dyan, so you have dx dot. Tama? Plus, dito naman, 0.002x. Okay? Ang mangyayari is magkakaroon ka naman dito ng x. Ano? Paano mo kukunin yung first derivative ng x dot? Technically, the x double dot. Okay? So, kung simplify mo yan, this is y double dot. Ang mangyayari sa'yo dyan is pwede mong i-extract yung 0.002 palabas. Tama? And you have x dot plus x dot is equal to x dot square plus x multiplied by dx double dot. Tama? I hope na-gets yung part na yun. So, dami, no? Daming dot na kung ano-ano tayong ginagawa. Anyway, okay? Di ba alam natin that the axis that the AY, okay, that the VY dot is equal to AY, okay? Now, kung titingnan nyo mabuti, okay? Teka lang. So, okay na tayo. Yung Y double dot natin is okay na. Now, tuloy ko na nga dito. Now, ito na ngayon yung function ng Y. Ayan na ngayon yung function ng acceleration natin. Diba? Ang AY natin is equal to Y double dot. Alam mo, guys, that you have VY. Tama? Which is 10 meters per second. Hindi ba na kapag kinuha mo yung first derivative ng BY mo, this is equal to 0. Tama kasi constant yan eh. Tama? Eh di ba yung VY na yan is also equal to your Y double dot. And medyo nakakalito na. Paano, sir? Di ba you have given a VY? Ito, you have given a VY, the upward velocity VY, which is 10 meter per second. Na kapag ka-derive mo is acceleration. Technically, yung Y double dot kasi na yan is also the value of the acceleration. Tama? So, siguro, yung Y double dot natin is equal to 0. Hindi pala siguro, sure tayo. Kasi yun yung first derivative ng 10 meter per second, which is constant, kaya 0. So, ibig sabihin, eto yun. Ipa-plug in lang natin yung 0 dyan, no? Pumipiyok na naman. So, we have 0. 0 is simply equal to 0.002. Okay? X dot square plus, x multiplied by x double dot. So, with that, di ba alam natin that x dot is equal to Vx is equal to, ilan yung Vx natin kanina? The Vx is equal to 15.81. Tama? We have 15.81 meters per second. And you also have the x, which is equal to, ilan ng x natin? The value of x is equal to 316.23. Huwag niyong kakalimutan yung kaya natin kinuha yun. This is 316.23. So, ipa-plug in lang natin yung values dyan. So, 0 is equal to 0.002. Ano yung x natin? We have 316.23 square plus, ano yung x natin? Ay, sorry, the x dot pala. Medyo mali lang. X dot pala to. Ang x dot natin is 15.81 square. Tama? Plus, ano ngayon yung x value natin? We have 316.23. Technically, okay, this is equal, may kulang, multiplied by the x double dot. Kasi x double dot yung hinahanap natin. Si x double dot is also equal to the acceleration of x. Tama? So, calculating, we have 0 is equal to 0.002 quantity 15.81 square plus 316.23 yung hinahanap natin na x double dot. Kapag hinanap natin yan, ang lilitaw yan is negative 0.7904 meters per second square. Again, alam natin that yung AY mo is simply equal to your VY or is equal to your Y double dot. Si AX is equal to VX dot is equal to X IX double dot. Meaning, kung meron ka ng Y double dot na 0 at meron ka ng X double dot na negative 0.7904, therefore, the value for the acceleration is simply equal to what? You have 0 square plus negative 0.7904 square. The value for the acceleration is simply equal to 0 square plus negative 0.7904 square. This is simply equal to 0.7904. Okay, so this is 0.7904 meters per second square. So that's the answer for this problem. Okay, actually dalawa yan. Yung isa kanina is velocity. Ang velocity natin is ito. I hope that's clear. Siguro isi-send ko na lang yung solution natin na to sa group chat natin after ko i-send yung video discussion natin with this one. But for your assignment, okay, hindi ko to sasabihin sa face-to-face, kailangan nyo panoorin. For your assignment, okay, kailangan nating sagutan, kailangan nating sagutan itong pinakadulong part na to. So for your assignment, guys, paki-screenshot yan and then paki-sagutan. Please answer this in 1/2 sheet of yellow pad paper. Huwag kaya sabihin sa mga klase, kailangan lahat ay manood. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan natin isasubmit. Isasubmit natin to. For example, sinend ko yung video sa inyo ng Monday, isasubmit nyo to the following Monday. So, isasend ko to sa inyo mamaya. Today is December 8. Isasubmit nyo to ng December 15. Okay, nagkakaintindihan? So, if that's the case, yun lang. So, I hope guys na maintindihan nyo siya. And if you have any questions, I'm open naman for your questions. So, ayun, magtanong lang kayo with regards to the topic. Kasi yun nga, obligado talagang pumasok yung topic na to sa video discussion. I hope nag-gets naman siya during this session ng video discussion. But if hindi masyadong naintindihan, it is always free to ask, okay? During the face-to-face classes naman natin, pwede naman yon. So, ayun lang. The next topic will be projectile, but I'm planning to discuss the projectile in face-to-face. That's why, siningit ko na to, mauna kasi ito sa projectile, para at least may idea na kayo kung ano ba yung curvilinear motion. The projectile is also part of the curvilinear motion. Okay? So, yun. Yun lang. So, thank you so much, class, and goodbye.